Well, Robbie, the road trip continues.
That's right, Macca. And everywhere we've been so far on our epic journey from Perth to Broome, people keep saying you've got to check out Karijini National Park.
Well, big tick in the box on that one today, because here we are at Karijini. We're going to show you that before heading off to Port Hedland.
Absolutely, and it's all been brought to you thanks to our great mates at GNS Chassis. So stick around
As we show you
what's up down under.
It's time to see this land of wonder. It's time to go and see what's up down under. What's up down under.
Today we continue our epic journey from Perth to Broome. Our first stop of the journey was in Kalbarri. We then went further up the coast to Exmouth. In today's episode we're heading inland to Karijini, but the fun doesn't stop there because we'll also be paying a visit to Port Hedland. Then finally, we'll end up in Broome. An epic journey, to say the least.
It's certainly a journey that we couldn't do alone. So whilst we're on the road, we have the help of Mark from GNS Chassis. He'll be riding with John Sills from Nova Caravans, who is towing the incredible Terra Sports. Macca and I will be towing the trusty Trooper from Lotus Caravans.
Well, last episode we said goodbye to Exmouth, and in this episode we get to explore Karijini National Park. We're setting up camp at Dales Gorge Campground for the night, so while the guys get settled in, I want to go and check this incredible place out.
Karijini National Park is one of the jewels in the crown of national parks in Australia. Definitely a must-see sometime in your lifetime. Now, there's plenty to do here, including bushwalking for all ages and all fitness levels. Let's go and have a bit of a look around. Karijini is on the bucket list of everyone that wants to explore beautiful places in Australia, and it does not disappoint you when you get there. We came to the first pool there, which is Fortescue Falls. So beautiful set of waterfalls cascading down from the top of the gorge, and then there's a swimming hole there. This rock art would indicate that even far, far back in history, the local owners here that inhabited the area used this as a walking trail. It's pretty cool to find a bit of history like this. Sort of takes you back a bit, doesn't it? Then we left the Fortescue Falls and walked up into what is the Fern Pools. We got there and there's a family playing in the water, having what you should have when you're on a holiday as a family. They were just laughing and taking photos and just having a great old time. So we just hung out there for a while with them and another group of people and just chatted. The walk into Fern Pool is just a great way to kick off the day, and the walk back out will be even better because everywhere you stop on the stairs is a view that'll take your breath away. And while we're doing that, why don't you check out what's on the show for the rest of the day.
Coming up on today's show, I get to explore more of Karijini from a different point of view. We also spend a night around the campfire before making our way to Port Hedland for a good look around. So stick around for all this and much more.
What's up down under?
Today's journey has been brought to you by our good mates at GNS Chassis. For more information, simply go to gnschassis.com.au.
Well, there are plenty of things to see and do at Karijini National Park if you're on your own, but there are a few hidden gems that you'll only really find if you have a particular set of skills. So today we've teamed up with the crew from West Oz Active Adventure Tours, who are going to take us on a journey to the centre of the earth. Are you ready, boys?
Let's go.
Let's go. Straight from the outset, we're getting into the gear, we're watching demonstrations, meeting the guides, and then making all the usual jokes to sort of put you at ease, like, if you don't do it this way, you'll die. They took us right into the centre of the earth. We were abseiling down. It was incredibly rewarding. You know, I didn't even know that I cared that I could abseil, but now that I've done it, I'm like, woohoo, I can abseil. One of the best things about the tour were the two guides that we had with us. Not only were they funny, charismatic guys, they were also really, really putting safety first. They were really well equipped to sort of coach you through some of those moments on the tour that did get your heart racing a little bit. Well, I just did my first backwards abseiling down the gorge in Karijini National Park. I am so pumped. I'm seriously so in love with this. It was absolutely breathtaking. The bright red rocks, these gorgeous aqua pools that you could jump and swim in, everything. Honestly, I just had the most amazing experience. Here we are in Garden Pool, the Garden Pool. I'm joined by one of our guides today, Josh. Now, Josh, tell us a little bit about what we can expect on today's trip.
We'll take you to some pretty fantastic locations. There'll be a little bit of rock climbing, some abseiling, some traversing, which is rock climbing sideways, and then we'll lower you down through a waterfall.
Okay, I'm excited, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to feel a little bit apprehensive. This is something that's perfectly safe, anyone can do it?
Absolutely anyone can do it. We've had children as young as 14 come out, and we even had a fella who was 78 last year.
Righto, okay, well look, no excuses then if I fall on my butt. What are we gonna find around the corner?
We're going to go down through my favourite part of Karajini National Park, the chute, and then we'll make our way to the centre of the earth from here.
The chute sounds like I'm about to, I don't know, jump in a hole and like a slide down there. What are we doing?
It's a 45-degree waterfall. We'll have a hand line in place and you'll just lower yourself down that all the way to the bottom.
Well, Chris, we made it.
We did,
The tour is called The Journey to the Centre of the Earth. We're here.
This is the centre of the earth, yeah.
It's amazing. And exactly how far down are we?
We're about 145 metres at this point.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, here I am at the bottom of the gorge in Karajini National Park. If you want to find out what we got up to today or any other episode, just head to our website, whatsupdownunder.com.au, click on the magazine tab to subscribe and get all of our free digital content. The whole time it was funny, Mark was saying, remember Robbie, what goes down must come up, because I was having a ball just hanging off cliffs. Little did I realise at the end of the day, that was where the hard work really set in and we had to actually physically pull ourselves out. But what a rewarding experience. I was honestly chuffed with the whole day. Well, we've seen it from the bottom, now we've seen it from the top. That was honestly one of the most incredible things I've ever done. But I'm absolutely knackered now. What about you guys?
Oh, that was fantastic. Best thing I've done in ages.
Mind blowing, just fantastic.
I think we feel like we've had a win, and if you feel like you'd like a win, why don't you check out our competitions page, both online or like this one.
What's Up Down Under, Camper Trailer Lifestyle and Stratton Finance have teamed up with Windsor Caravans and Kamek to bring you this year's major prize valued at over $52,000. You could win this awesome Windsor Hybrid XC and put yourself in the most remote areas and enjoy the comforts of home. The Windsor Hybrid XC is uniquely designed for the campers that love the outdoor lifestyle. The major prize includes a complete outdoor lifestyle pack from our mates at Kamek, including this smart space kitchenware. Place your free entry every day by visiting the What's Up Down Under or Camper Trailer Lifestyle websites. Follow the links to the competition page, it's that easy. There's more chances to win with our runner-up prizes. Win one of 10 Family Parks $100 gift vouchers and one of 5 $500 gift vouchers from our new mates at Bob Jane T-Marts. The Windsor Hybrid Camper Trailer Outdoor Lifestyle Competition has begun. So enter now and get outdoors.
Macca here. Make sure you stick around because coming up after the break, we get to spend a night around the campfire before hitting the road to Port Hedland.
What's up down under?
Our GNS Chassis's epic journey from Perth to Broome would not be possible without our mates at Lotus Caravans. To explore the full Lotus Caravan range, just head to lotuscaravans.com.au. The whole trip we've been looking forward to finding a spot where we could just light the fire, sit around and enjoy each other's company for the night without any other interaction from other people. And the beauty of travelling with the Terra Sports and the Trooper is that you've got that ability. You can choose where you want to be because they're completely self-sufficient. We're on our way to Port Hedland and we found this little spot and said, that'll do us. Let's kick back and have a good time.
What a beautiful evening. By the time we finished our tour and rolled into the camp, the fire was blazing, the guys had cracked open a couple of beers, and Tom, our head of production, had actually even busted out his guitar, which Macca was giving an absolute thrashing, and it wasn't very good. Macca has a lot of skills, but I have to say, music is not one of them.
There's nothing we enjoy more than getting out the guitars and having a sing-along, and I'll break out my old harmonica and everyone's always asking for that, you know, and we don't get the opportunity in the caravan parks because when I play harmonica, it gets pretty outrageous. Nice little spot we found in the middle of nowhere, all to ourselves, where if we wanted to be loud, we could be loud. And that's the beauty of having caravans like we've got on this trip, is that they're self-sufficient, you know. You can pull up wherever you want and everything still works. And it just gives you that flexibility and freedom to choose where you want to pull up for the night. So, yeah, I think we had a great time. Everyone had a bit of a late night and laughed and sang to the harmonica.
After an incredible night under the stars, it was time to get back on the road to Port Hedland. We woke up with nature and packed up, hitched up and prepared for the next leg of the journey.
Very good sleep.
Yeah, I did. Not bad.
All right. Nice morning.
Very nice one. Oh, hello.
Susie's got one that takes batteries.
Now, one thing you have to remember when you're free camping is everything you bring in, you also have to take out.
We're just about to hit the road to Port Hedland, but just before we do that, very important, particularly on these long trips, to do a little bit of preventative maintenance along the way to ensure you have a trouble-free trip. Mark, what are we going to do today, mate?
Right, we're ready to get going. We've done all our pre-trip checks on the van, on the vehicle. Last thing I want to do is check the brakes. Noticed a slight delay in the brakes coming on, so we're going to do an adjustment. It's part of the 300 to 1,000 kilometre initial caravan check, and then you do it every service interval as well.
No worries, mate. Let's hook into it and we'll get on the road.
Sure.
So what's our first step, mate?
Right, Macca, we're going to lift the van off the ground with our jack. Once we've lifted the wheel slightly off the ground where it can free spin, we're going to get underneath and adjust the brakes.
Cool, let's do it. Just a tip while Mark's jacking that too, just always remember safety first. You're going to get underneath the caravan. We don't want anything moving, so make sure it's hooked up to the vehicle, vehicle's in park, handbrakes on, and the handbrakes on the caravan, so nothing is going to move. So what's involved in the process, mate?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the brake by using the adjustment tool in the brake. Once it's tight, I'm going to back it off slightly, just to make sure I can get one full revolution by free spinning the wheel.
Sounds easy enough.
It is.
Well, there you go. That was easy, wasn't it? Mark, have you got somewhere where the guys can go and check it out and learn how to do it themselves?
We do. We have some handy tips and how-to videos on our website, gnschassis.com.au.
Pretty simple stuff. Let's get on the road.
One of the best things about our trips is the travel itself. Western Australia truly has some incredible landscapes, so we really enjoyed the drive through to Port Hedland. And once we arrived, we were greeted with the wonderful staff at Blackrock Tourist Park.
Well, as we continue to make our way up north to Broome, we are staying in Port Hedland, and while we're here, we're crashing at the Blackrock Tourist Park. Today I'm joined by the manager, Marie. Marie, thanks so much for having us.
You're welcome.
Now, what can you tell us about the facilities that you've got here at the park?
We've got most things covered. We've got powered sites for caravans. We've also got drive-through sites for larger vans. We've got ensuite sites for your own shower and toilet for that little bit of luxury. We have cabins that range from family cabins, single men's quarters, and also queen cabins for couples.
Yeah, right, not to mention this beautiful tropical oasis behind us. So nice, gonna have to go for a dip later. Now, Marie, what kinds of people do you get? You mentioned there are some people that are just treating as a stopover. Families, single guys, ladies, who do you get coming to stay here?
We get a good category. We get a lot of families this year because we've advertised. We don't charge for children because we want to see young families get out there and travel Australia. We get the couples, we get the grey nomads, lovers. We keep reasonable rates here and they come back year after year. We've got a lot of regulars, which is really good.
Well, we are very comfortable with our accommodation, so thanks for that. I'm going to go unpack my bags, get settled in while Macca checks out the town.
Port Hedland's just one of our stops on our way to Broome, and it's the industrial hub of the whole Pilbara region, as well as being the gateway to the Kimberley region. If you check out what's going on behind me, you'll see there's plenty to look at here all the time.
Port Hedland is the proud home to Australia's largest bulk export port. Its exports include iron ore, salt, natural gas, manganese and livestock. There's plenty to do around town, and you can get yourself here with the help of a great caravan, just like this one.
Well, I'm here with Janine Taylor from Ballarat City Caravans, and we're showcasing the beautiful Royal Flair Piazza today. Janine, this is a beautiful van.
It is a beautiful van, yes.
How big is the one we've got here today?
It's a 16'6".
Wow, you can fit
Single
so
axle.
much into it.
Yes, yes, yes.
What are some of the features?
Well, as you can see, it has a lovely sky deck on the front, which you can put your blinds down at the side so that you mozzie-proof. There's mozzie-proofing under the floor. It has a lovely separate shower and toilet inside. Then you move through to the kitchen, and it has big self-closing drawers, a 3 gas burner, 1 electric, LED lighting. And then it goes back to the back where there's a full club lounge at the back with a bed that's lowers down. You can have it halfway down so that you can sleep 4 people, 2 on the top and 2 underneath, or you can put the bed right down. We have an outside barbecue.
And of course you've got the picnic table.
That's right, yes.
That's fantastic
Yes,
for entertaining outside. With this caravan in particular, you've got the best of both worlds because you can sit out on the deck at the front and look at your vista. And
That's
then
right.
the club lounge at the back is brilliant because you're sort of back into most caravan sites.
That's right.
And it's lovely to be able to sit back and look at a river or a creek or wherever you might be parked in. So Janine, the chassis is pretty important when it comes to the Royal Flair Piazza.
It's very important. It's a very good heavy-duty chassis, which makes it very good for our sky deck, and we're very happy to be part of the GNS family.
How did you like the look of that caravan? Well, why not own it sooner and call Stratton Finance today? Make sure you stick around because coming up after the break, we pay a visit to the art gallery to get a richer understanding of the area.
What's up down under?
This show proudly brought to you by Stratton Finance. You find a way to escape, Stratton will find a finance deal that's right for you. Visit stratton.com.au/WUDU for more details. If you're purchasing a new RV, make sure it displays the RV map key. Find out why your RV map key is the key to your peace of mind at caravanindustry.com.au.
Well, Macca, there is no doubt about it, the Pilbara region is absolutely beautiful. And what better way to discover it than through the eyes of some local artists?
I couldn't agree more, Robbie. Let's step inside the gallery and see what makes this region tick.
Come on, guys, let's go. Well, we're in for an absolute treat this morning. I'm joined by the curator, Andrew. Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much for coming.
Now, this region is probably most commonly associated with industry, but what people might not know is there is a whole community of artists living around here. What can you tell us about those people and their works?
Yeah, I mean, that's why we love doing what we do up here. We've run this gallery for about 12 years now, and the Pilbara as a whole is just such a creative place. Some of the best Aboriginal art coming out of Australia is coming out of the Pilbara at the moment, and the whole region, and particularly Port Hedland, has such a strong non-Indigenous artistic community as well.
In addition to the exhibits here, we do also have the gift shop, is that right?
Yeah, we run a retail space with really beautiful artisan products from around Australia. We run markets up here for local creatives 4 times a year, and just really try to make the gallery reflect the vibrancy and the creativity of this part of Australia.
Amazing. So what can you tell us about the current exhibits that we're going to see today?
So we have 3 exhibitions on in the gallery at the moment. 2 of them are by really amazing local artists. A young guy, Howard Holder, who's lived in Port Hedland his whole life, and Michelle Siciliano, a really amazing artist who has lived in South Hedland for the last 4 years. The main exhibition we have on in the main gallery space is by a visiting artist, Guillaume Manic.
That's this guy?
That's this guy. And part of what we do with our programming here is invite artists from outside the region, whether that's from Perth or from other states in Australia, or international artists to come here and respond to the landscape and to the community.
Now, this mural is actually a collaboration between Melbourne-based artist Guillaume Manic and the local high school students. Tells a bit of a different story of the Pilbara region. It's awesome.
I've been lucky enough to catch up with Michelle, who's one of the local artists here in Port Hedland, and she's got her exhibition on at the moment. Michelle, what's your exhibition called?
It's called Somewhere Here Now, so it's about, just living in the Pilbara, living in Port Hedland.
And it's caught my eye on the way past because there's lots of bits off cars and things. What's inspired it all?
Finding all these objects has actually been inspired by my road trips around the place. I was actually doing a journey from here to Carnarvon, and it's actually an old carrier off the back of a motorbike. And I knew as soon as I saw it that I was going to turn it into a ute to represent the ubiquitous ever-present minute that you see around in Port Hedland.
I was going to use every one of those words, you just stole it from me. Well, Michelle, keep up the good work, because from what I can see, you are cleaning up the side of the road one piece of art at a time. Well, like you would have heard me say a million times before, there is no better way to kick off the day than to get your fill of culture.
That's right, Macca, but unfortunately we do have some packing up to do. So what do you say we head back to the park, hitch up, and get on the road to Broome?
Broome, Broome.
Just like Black Rock Tourist Park, we visit many great parks on our adventures throughout Australia. You can go to holidayparksdownunder.com.au to find a full list of amazing places to stay on your next adventure. But for now, it's time for us to pack up camp and head to our final destination.
Right, last leg of the trip, Jono.
Yeah, mate, 600 Ks to Broome.
Who's cleaning all the red dust off the caravan?
You are.
Thanks, mate. Should be a good drive today.
Yeah.
The wind's died down.
Once we hitched up and did our final checks, it was time to hit the road for the last leg of our journey.
Well, folks, I reckon that's about all we got time for today.
That's right, Macca. Now we're packing up in Port Hedland and heading further north to Broome. I can't wait. And it's all been brought to you thanks to our great mates at GNS Chassis.
That's right, Robbie, we are heading to Broome. We told you it was a 4-part journey. We've only completed 3. Now, 3 out of 4 is not bad, but it ain't never going to be a gold star. So as they say in Port Hedland, that's that. Catch you in Broome as we show you
what's up down under.
What's up down under?